Welcome to Creative Imperfections. I'm Kelly, and I am so glad you're here. Think of this podcast as your safe place to be your beautifully messy self. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, today I want to talk about when you're in between versions of yourself. This is something I'm feeling a lot lately, and in talking to others, I feel like there's changes happening right now in a lot of creatives where we're in this space that almost no one really prepares you for. It's not the beginning of something new, and it's not the moment where everything clicks into place. It's the middle, the in between, the version of you that exists after something has shifted, but before anything feels fully grounded again. And it's subtle at first. For me, it just kind of snuck up. You start to notice that the way you used to move through your work, your creativity, even your day-to-day life doesn't quite land the same way anymore. It's not that it's wrong, it just feels like you've outgrown something. Like you're trying to wear something that technically still fits, but doesn't feel like you anymore. And at the same time, you don't have a clear picture of what comes next. And that's the part that gets people. You would almost rather have something defined, even if it's uncomfortable, than sit in something undefined where you can't quite label who you are or how you show up. So you start questioning yourself. You wonder if you've lost your edge or your clarity or the connection to your work. You start thinking maybe you need to get back to how things used to be, like there was a version of you that had it all figured out, and somehow you drifted away from that. But what if nothing has gone wrong? What if this is exactly what growth feels like when it's happening in real time? Because growth rarely announces itself in a clean or inspiring way. It usually shows up as discomfort or disconnection, as that sense that something needs to shift, but without giving you clear instructions on how to do it. And for us creatives, especially, this can feel like your foundation is moving under your feet because your work is tied so closely to who you are. So when you start to change, your work has to change with you. That's where most people resist. They try to hold on to the version of themselves that felt more certain, more defined, more proven. They try to recreate what used to work instead of listening to what's trying to evolve. But your voice and your perspective, your instincts, those things are not meant to stay static. They're meant to deepen and to stretch and to become more honest as you become more honest with yourself. And that doesn't always feel polished or put together. Sometimes it feels like you're fumbling a little, like you don't quite recognize yourself in your process, like you're searching for something that hasn't been fully revealed yet. And that's the part you're not supposed to rush through, because the in-between space is where your next level is actually being built. Not in the moments where everything feels clear and confident, but in the moments where you're willing to sit in the unknown long enough to let something real take shape. There's no shortcut through that. You can't skip ahead to certainty, though I wish we could. You have to let yourself be in process, even when it feels messy, even when it feels slower than you want it to be. So if you're in that space right now where things feel like they're shifting but not settled, where your identity feels a little fluid, where your work feels different and you're not sure what to make of it, I want you to consider the possibility that you're not off track. You're not losing something. You're not going backwards. You're in transition. And transition is not where things fall apart. It's where they get rebuilt in a way that actually matches who you are now, not who you used to be. Instead of trying to define it too quickly, I want you to see if you can stay open to it just a little longer. Let yourself explore without needing immediate answers. Let your work reflect where you are instead of where you think you should be. Because the more you allow yourself to move through this honestly, the more aligned the other side of it becomes. And when that clarity does come, it won't feel forced. It'll feel like something you grew into naturally. I have a challenge for you today, and it's Simple, but not necessarily easy. Instead of trying to figure out exactly who you are right now, give yourself permission to not have the answer. Then ask yourself what feels true for you today, even if it's different than what it was before, and follow that without overthinking. Just for today, let that be enough. Thank you for listening to Creative Imperfections. Always remember, there's magic in the mess. If you enjoyed this episode, share it, subscribe, and keep showing up for your beautifully imperfect journey. Until next time.